So we check it 7 days a week.
No, it's okay. It's just that I feel bad. I was all ready to, went back into the house to pick up something twice. And then,
Okay, we're up.
so,
Namo Mita Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, Namo Mita Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, Namo Mita Butsu, Namo Da Butsu, Namo Mita Butsu, Namo Da Butsu. You wait there for me. Namo Da Butsu. Good morning. Welcome to our service. Thank you for attending or viewing this service. I will lose my mask so you can hear me. Alan Goto is a good 25 feet from me, and Kathy Mikuni and Kyoko Okura Gibbs are also on the porch here with us. We are still uncertain about the asbestos situation in the temple building, so we hope this may be our last services outside, but there's just the four of us outside now, and we're recording this for YouTube and for Zoom attendance. This is our January Shotsuki Hoyo service, and I will begin by reading the names of those whom we know have passed in the month of January. I will then chant the Sambutsuge, which will be dedicated to their well-being. Reading now, if I may, the January Shotsuki Hoyo list, our friends and family who passed, as we know, in the month of January. Firstly, Akita Hiraku, Arima Matsu, Baba Oka Mikio, Fukeda Shigeyoshi, Fukumoto Kiyosaku, Furumoto Ikuo, Furuichi Tomizo, Furuichi Yoshiko, Goto Hisayo, Goto Hisayo, Hashimura Frank, Hayashi Hirai, Hayashi Shizuko, Higashioka Hanae, Hino E, Hirakawa Hyakutaro, Hirata Harumi, Hirata Sakuji, Hatta Michio, Ishida Kiyoshi, Ito Toshiko, Kaeda Nisaburo, Kawamoto Asayo, Kawamoto Hisako, Kawamoto Rikimatsu, Kawamoto Yasuyo, Kawasaki Natsuko, Kawashima Haru, Kikawa Roy, Kobayashi Kentaro, Konishi, Genhichi, Kurashita Nao, Matsuba Ariyoshi, Nagata Toshio, Nagatani Ichiro, Naito Teru, Nishimoto Bunso, Nishimoto Masao, Nishimoto Mine, Nishimoto Shigeko, Nishimura Matsuyuki William, Ogawa Kunai, Ogura Sara, Oka Seiichi, Oka Seiichi, Okara Sachiko, Okumoto Hinayo, Omori Daisuke, Omura Fumio, Omura Katsutoshi, Omura Matsuhira, Omura Suematsu, Ochi Shige, Oshita Rikiji, Oshita Yukimatsu, Otani Kazuyoshi, Oyama Masajiro, Saida Seiichi, Sakahara Isamu, Sakiyabu Genichi, Sano Sarajiro, Shimizu Senjiro, Sugasawara Yo, Sugimoto Masa, Sugita Matsue, Taketa Iku, Teramae Yasunobu, Terasawa Ryo, Toimoto Shichio, Tokimori Yoshimatsu, Tomono Setsuko, Trexler Daniel, Tsuchimoto Kazuyoshi, Uchiyama Hichiro, Umeta Kiyoshi, Umeta Zenichi, Ueda Kyoto, Wakabayashi Yasujiro, Yamada Marjin Kazuko, Yamane Akira, Yamane Isuyo, Yamanaka Michio, Yamanaka Noboru, Yamasaki Lin, Yamashita Tomejiro, Yamashita Roy Yoshio, Yano Shizue, Yashiki Sakaichi, Yoshida Yozo. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. These are the names of those we know had passed in the month of January. Half a dozen of these people known to me well, half a dozen I just met, many I didn't have a chance to meet yet. All of these people were important people, and we dedicate the sutra we're about to chant to their well-being. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Busatsu Daimuryo Jukyo Danbutsuge. Kogen Gigi Ijin Mugoku Nyode Enmyo Muyo. I'm sorry. We'll have to start this over again. I can't find the passage. I'll have to start the chanting over. Excuse me for resuming the chanting once we find the page in the book. I can't see the screen from where I am, so. If you have the book, it's page 33. Busatsu Daimuryo Jukyo Tanbutsuge Kogen Gigi Ijin Mugoku Nyode Enmyo Muyo Tosha Nichigatmani Shuko Enmyo Kaishtonpe Yunyaku Jumoku Nyorai Yogen Shote Murin Shongaku Daion Koru Jippo Kaimon Shojin Tammai Chie Itoku Muryo Shushoke Yujin Daiden Shobuten Hokai Gujin Jinno Kungongai Tai Mumyo Yokunute Sonyo Munino Shishi Jin Tokumuryo Kukun Kodai Chie Jinmyo Komyo Iso Shindo Daisen Ganga Sabuten Daisho Ho Okado Shoji Mihu Gedaten Fusei Joi Kainin Shojin Yode Sammai Chie Jo Kote Tokubuten Fugyo Shigan Ithai Kuku Isadayon Keshi Ubuten Yakuten Nokuman Muryo Daisho Shunyongo Ja Kuyo Isai Shito Shobuten Funyo Gudo Kensho Fugyaku Hinyongo Ja Shobuten Sekai Bufu Kage Mushu Setendo Komyo Shisho Henshi Shokoku Nyode Shojin Ijin Nanryo Ryogata Buten Kokudo Daichi Goshu Kimyo dojo chozaten, kokunyo nayon nimu toto gato aimen, dodaten isai jiporai shoshin neten shoujo, ito ga kokeraku anon kobuten shinmyo, Zeiga shin shohotsugan no hiriki shoyoku, Jipo the son chie muge joryo shi son chiga shingyo, Keiryo shin shishoku dokuchu, Gagyo shojin ninju fuke. Namandabu, 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 namandabu. Ganiya shikudoku, byodo wa sei isai, do hoden bodai shin ojo on la koku. Namanda burmanda namanda bu namanda bu namanda burmanda namomita butsu namanda butsu namomita butsu namanda butsu namomita butsu. Well, sorry for the delay in the chanting of the sutra. I will put on my mask after the Dharma message, and I think we've got enough distance here. Going to be a brief Dharma message in any case. Again, good morning. Perhaps I should say good day, as this Dharma talk is being prepared for January 2nd of 2022, and most of you will be observing on the internet. We have 4 of my friends here in person, and the rest of you might be watching this later in the day. I appreciate the support that I receive in preparing and presenting these Dharma messages, the support that I have received week after week from Alan Goto and Kathy Kumagai, Kyoko Okura Gibbs, Bobby Fukumoto, and others, too numerous to mention. I am being supported now by 3 temples, by the Pasadena Buddhist Temple, the Arizona Buddhist Temple, and the Buddhist Temple of San Diego. This talk is being prepared for the Pasadena Buddhist Temple, where my family and I have been so happy these past 7 years. Currently, our buildings are closed to the public as we address the asbestos issue. There's also worsening COVID numbers, so we're being pretty careful right now. We hope to be open to the public again within the month, but right now we've got to be sure there's not loose asbestos there in the temple building, and we don't want people to get sick. So, Alan, Kyoko, Mrs. Oyama, Kathy Mikune, and I are here on the porch for the service this morning. The first service for the year 2022. What sort of year will 2022 be? What sort of karmic seeds will we plant in the year 2022? Which aspects of the Dharma will we especially rely upon in living our lives in 2022? Please allow me to suggest that we rely upon the vocal nembutsu. Here at the outset of 2022, I'll place the emphasis on saying the nembutsu in forms like Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Kimyo Jinjipo Muge Ko Nyorai, which is our central image today, Namo Fukashigi Ko Nyorai. There are many forms of nembutsu. They all mean that we rely upon the promise of the Buddha to liberate us, to take us into the realm of light. We can feel genuine reassurance in the sound of the nembutsu in our own voices and in our friends' voices, or in the quiet reflection of our own minds. This can bring us composure, reassurance. Some of our teachings are rather sophisticated, but saying Namo Amida Butsu is simple. Our understanding of our subjectivity, of our personhood, being absorbed and transformed in the enlightened pure realm of Amida Buddha is rather sophisticated. This aspect of our teaching is subtle, that our very personhood is taken into the person of Amida Buddha and never lost. However, a promise of liberation voiced in a simple sentence is pretty accessible. Namo Amida Butsu. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless light. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. It is easy to say or think such a phrase. The Nembutsu is very accessible. How reassuring is it to hear Namo Amida Butsu? How comforting is it to hear Namo Amida Butsu? How comforting it is, how reassuring it is, how inspiring it might be, depends on what meaning we find those phrases to be invested in. So please allow me to spend the rest of this rather brief Dharma message discussing what the Nembutsu means, literally, and what it is as if it means, what it was as if it were saying to us. The most familiar forms of the Nembutsu are Namo Amida Butsu, also pronounced Namo Amida Butsu, which literally means we rely upon the Buddha of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. That I rely upon the awoken source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life is what the Nembutsu means. But that is to put it rather dryly. I rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. A little bit dry, a little bit abstract. Voiced in rather abstract language, I rely upon the awoken source of limitless illumination and endless life. That's as succinctly as I can put it. But it feels like it means, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. It feels like the Nembutsu is saying to me what Julian of Norwich said to us. All will be well, and all will be well, and every manner of thing will be well. I'll take care of it. That's how it feels. It feels like the Nembutsu is someone who really cares about you saying, welcome back home. That's what the Nembutsu feels like. The realm of light, Amida's realm of light, is our home now. It's not where we came from. I came from Fresno. I grew up in Fresno. Fresno will always be my hometown. Pasadena is where my family and I have settled into, where we're happy to make our home, Pasadena. But Amida's realm of limitless illumination is the nurturing home that now surrounds me at all times. Where is your home? My hometown is Fresno, but the house I lived in for 30 years isn't my home anymore. 1740 North Arthur, I drove by there. Oh, it's horrible, you know. It's not the same house. The trees I grew up shaded by aren't there anymore. The new people tore them out for some reason. Why does anyone in Fresno ever remove a tree? I don't know, but they tore out all the trees. You know? It's not my home anymore, not that place at 1740 North Arthur, Fresno, although Fresno's my hometown. The Buddha's encircling, liberating influence is our home. The Buddha's compassionate realm is flowing into this realm, this world, our lives right now. This home right here is the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We take our home with us wherever we go. We're never away from home. Namo Amida Butsu. In closing this January Shotsuki Hoyo service, out here on the porch for safety's sake, with just 4 of us for safety's sake, having read the names of those that we are concerned with who passed in January, having chanted clumsily but nonetheless chanted the Sanbutsuge, the profession of how wonderful it is to be enlightened by the Buddha, to be Dhammakara. We are now closing the service, and I ask you to join me in the Nembutsu and see if this isn't your own home flowing into your lives, as we say the Nembutsu together, those who wish to. We'll say that any way you want to say it. Again, our central image today is Kimyo Jinjipo Muge Konyorai. I rely upon the source of limitless wisdom light that moves in 10 directions with no obstruction. But any form of Nembutsu is good. Each form of the Nembutsu means we are relying upon the truth. We are relying on our home to come to us. Sometimes you can't go home. It comes to you. We rely upon the source of limitless illumination and endless life, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Thanks to Alan Goto for producing, Kathy Kumagai for delivering, Kathy Mikuni and Carol Oyama and Kyoko Gregory Gibbs for joining us. We appreciate your joining us for the first service of the Pasadena Buddhist Temple's New Year. Happy 2022. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Because it's my son's the first year, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's right. Huh? This is for the church. Coming up temple.